Well, that sucked. Um, hey guys, this is my first actual reaction to a Ravens game or to anything really. Welcome to Punt Intended, the sports show where everything is made up and proves that punts don't matter or punters don't matter really. Um, that was one of the worst offensive games I've ever seen from the Ravens. It's the worst with Lamar Jackson as quarterback, and probably the worst that I can remember since the defending champion Ravens lost to the Jags and gave Blaine Gabbert his first ever win back in 2013. They lost 12-7 in that game. Um, the offense was out of sorts. Greg Roman, I don't know what he's doing anymore. Calling so many uh, wide receiver screens is just beyond annoying and infuriating. And the fact that they didn't adjust to attack the Dolphins more and punish the Dolphins for leaving so much of the field wide open is just crazy. And it just shows that Greg Roman's not willing to adjust, or Harbaugh's not willing to adjust. One or the other. Um, Calls to fire Roman have really been lasting since last year with how the offense looked at times last year. It's looked even worse this year with how slow they've started off. I think they now have 27 points in all of the first quarters of the season so far, which I think is last in the league or close to the bottom. The Ravens can't get off to slow starts against good teams. You know, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Los Angeles. They have the Rams. Like those are teams you cannot get slow starts against. And Lamar was just forcing some throws at the end there. Obviously, that pick I think was his first ever regular season red zone interception. And I mean, they're 6-3, but they're not a good 6-3. They're not as good as their record was. They're not as bad as the record was. It's the NFL. It's just like last week. The Bills lost to the Jags. The Ravens have now lost to the Dolphins. Like, it's going to happen. I think trying to think that the offense and the Ravens can get back to that 2019 form in the regular season is wishful thinking. I don't think Lamar has been fully figured out, but I think that might have been that could have been a potential blueprint with what the Dolphins were doing. They would just bring in 7, 8 guys at times, just doing constant cornerback blitzes off the edge, and the Ravens just completely ignored trying to block and protect Lamar at all costs. And I don't know why. Also, Lamar didn't run more. He didn't actually run that much, as far as I can recall. Um, you know, it's going to happen. They're still 6-3. They're leading the division by half a game. They're at the Bears next week, but they get a mini bye, so they get a few days to rest. Hopefully, look at some film, and hopefully they can figure it out. But my God, this was just bothersome, and shows that the team's very flawed. The secondary is an absolute joke right now. Not having Peters back there definitely hurts. Not having Deshaun Elliott also hurts. And giving up that long play, I thought if they were going to stop him on that last drive, if the Ravens were going to stop Miami on that last drive the Dolphins had, and the Ravens somehow scored, I would have been like, that would have been one of the most undeserving wins of all time. And the defense decided to just choke and not cover Albert Wilson coming out of the backfield on a wheel route. And that's the biggest Achilles heel for the team is the secondary, the defense just not being able to hold them at times. And I don't know what changes you can make. The injuries I think this is the game that shows how bad the injuries are decimating the team. And uh, this was, I think this is definitely a game that shows how badly those players are missed. I don't know why they're not giving Tyson Williams the ball. I don't know what they see in Le'Veon Bell to give him the ball on a 2nd and 17 draw play up the middle, and he gains 1 yard. I think that was in the second quarter. Like, what? Why? I don't understand why they're not giving Williams more touches. Like, he has not touched the ball at all since like the second or third game that I can't even remember. And he probably is the fastest of the running backs that they do have. Not having Latavius Murray does hurt. He's probably the best of the three of Freeman, Bell, and Murray. Freeman looked okay actually when they did run the ball with him, and I don't know why they didn't stick with him either. In my opinion, I think Greg Roman should just be left on the tarmac, give him the Lane Kiffin treatment, just leave him on the tarmac in Miami and have him figure out a way to get home, and get him to figure his plan out. So, going forward, I don't know what they're going to be able to take away from this. At the very least, I do like that Rashad Bateman has been getting more involved. I feel like now with Watkins with that fumble, Bateman might jump him as wide receiver 2, especially since that was Watkins' first. This was Watkins' first game back from his injury that he had. So, Bateman could take over as wide receiver 2, and I wouldn't be that upset. He looks a lot, more dynamic, catching the ball, and he also, I think he also nearly had a fumble, but it went out of bounds. No, that was Brown. But, I don't know. I don't know what the offense was doing. That was just totally inept. I felt like I was watching. I felt like this was like flashbacks to like the Chargers game, the Chargers playoff game, where the offense just didn't know what to do, couldn't figure out how to adjust during the game, during halftime, and I don't know. Hopefully the Ravens will figure it out. They're at the Bears next week. I will be streaming that. I didn't stream today due to something else I streamed, my college football podcast, but hopefully I'll be able to stream that next week. Hopefully the Ravens can utilize this mini bye to give their players some much needed watch some video. Gotta figure out what's going on with the defense. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone for coming in and watching this. It means the world to me that anyone who watched my stream today and last week. I'm just getting my foot in the door of YouTube, just trying it out, and hopefully I get better as we go along. Hopefully I'll be able to clean it up, have some proper graphics and stuff down the line. Just trying to start off. But thanks everyone for tuning in to Punt Intended. I might have to change it because I know that word, that first word, is not usually okay with YouTube, so I might have to change the name of the channel. But I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll catch you at the next stream.